I'm Eric Lobdell. We're here in the Humless demonstration truck showing the Humless Universal. The Humless Universal is a universal energy management system. What this system does, it's a little different than everyone else's. It's fully stackable, 120, 240 volt split phase unit that also has expandable energy storage. So we're going to talk about a few of the features with the Universal today in our demonstration truck. This is a great truck. It's a completely off-grid truck. We have 20 kilowatt hours of storage in this canister right here. This is also the Humless Universal control. The control, we do have a bigger screen. This is my display screen, so we use for training and showcasing. But it shows you it's a 120, 240 volt split phase. Right there you can see we're putting out about 1.7 and 1.2 amps. That's currently running the lights in this off-grid truck. But we're also charging at 50 watts. Now we currently have a cloud over us right now, and that's going to show us what we're charging. We just jumped up to 120. Now we just jumped up to 200 watts, 260 as that cloud passes over us. So what the Humless Universal does is it manages loads differently than everybody else. Inverters are great machines. They convert energy for the consumer and they convert energy for the customer. This is different. The Universal uses intelligent energy management. Therefore, we control loads and send power where it needs to go for the customer and for the consumer. We're going to do a few examples of that. The Humless Universal also AC and DC couples from PV solar simultaneously. Very, very important. We manage loads and charge batteries more efficiently using effective energy and intelligent control. This is very important. I want to use an example of that. Right now my charge watts just disappeared and the cloud's going over us, so my inverter's putting out about 120 watts or 1.7 and 1.2 amps on each leg, and we're not charging. Let's use an example of that. Here's the clouds disappearing, charging's coming up. If I turn off the load or turn off the lights currently on in the truck, we're going to see that charge rate increase. Okay? The charge rate just increased because the inverter is doing nothing and the load is off. So all those amps, a whopping 3.27 amps, is going into the battery right now because it's ahead of the load. Okay, so again, we're talking about our charge watts. We are using a Solar Edge system right now with optimizers, which is a current source grid tied device. This is very, very important. The Humless Universal works with any current source grid tied device currently in use in America. Solar Edge, ABB, Enphase, SMA, AP systems. Those are all devices that people are using in the United States that are grid tied for their solar. The Humless Universal will work with all those, but what's unique about it is we can island those systems. That means the Humless Universal is running that Solar Edge right now, but it's also converting the Solar Edge into amps, which is charging my battery bank. So I'm at 52.5 volts and charging. Why that's unique is this Solar Edge that's in this truck is off-grid. It's a grid-tied device, and we're using it off-grid. That means customers in America that have solar and power outages can continue to have that solar powering their critical loads while charging their battery banks and being ready. Very important. Another thing is, here's our charge watts. I want to talk about AC and DC coupling a little bit. When we AC couple off the Solar Edge, again, I'm running loads and putting amps in the battery. Watch this change from my small array when I put more of a load on it. Okay, our charge watts just dropped. Okay, so as our amps did as well, going to the battery. But my inverter is still doing nothing. Only 1 amp is going out right now. What we're doing is called AC and DC coupling simultaneously. What's unique about that is we are taking load that's coming off the we're taking energy that's coming off the PV solar and using it to run loads without microcycling our batteries. This is very effective use of people's storage because we're running loads efficiently, we're running loads intelligently, but we're not microcycling our storage. Matter of fact, we're ahead of the load, not by a lot, but 200 watts, so I'm still getting 5 amps that's pushing to my battery bank, therefore charging my battery bank. Very effective. That means the customer is not microcycling, but they're also running loads directly off the PV from the front end, which means they're a simple way to place that is systems work less hard. If the inverter is working less hard and the system's working less hard and the batteries aren't microcycling, this is going to provide longevity of systems for the customer.